Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is Tario Sultan. In this video, I'd like to show you step by step how I build a Google Sheet based crypto portfolio tracker from scratch. Not only we're going to display the major data that's really important to us, we're also going to capture every one of your transactions. It's going to be a fun one packed with a lot of cool tips and tricks. I've also made a decision to make this entire template available for you guys to download and deploy. The link is in the description. Do me a favor, if you enjoy this video and find some value in here, drop some comments below, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for future content, as I'll be posting more and more this type of tech related tutorials for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. So there are many benefits of tracking your cryptocurrency in terms of transactions and your portfolio. It gives you more clarity on what you're holding and how the performance is going on your portfolio. And most importantly, we might have some upcoming tax regulation and changes. So it's always good to track your crypto transactions and purchases. All right, guys, before we actually build this crypto portfolio tracker from scratch, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the feature side of things. I want to show you how this entire sheet works. Basically, I have listed about 20 different cryptocurrency here. You don't have to do this many. You can just do as you go. Depends on how many crypto you're invested in and you are planning to invest in, and you can build as many as you want. Everything here is pulled from live data. I can check on this box on and off. I can do a refresh on all data. So this will automatically pull the most accurate market data. Takes about 20 to 30 seconds. So the current pricing of all these cryptocurrencies are pulled live, as well as market cap. We have a 24-hour change percentage. We have a 7-day change percentage and 6-month. If you see this curve chart, color is synced with the 7-day change. That means if we have a positive 7-day change percentage, this curve will turn to green. And if we have a red one, which means the negative, then it will turn red. And we have a 7-day volume. And most importantly, from column K to P is our own portfolio tracker, and this is not my actual holdings. This is just for demonstration purpose. And then we'll have a current value of these tokens based on how many you have, and we have an acquisition cost, which is how much you spend on acquiring these cryptos. We have a total ROI in terms of dollar amount, and we have a total ROI of percentage, and we have a 24-hour holding change in terms of dollar amount. And now on the second tab here, we have something called a dashboard. This is going to display to us in a pie chart of the exact ratio or percentage of each one of your holdings. So this is basically reading the crypto data on this column, current value and current holding. We have portfolio value of 36,900. We have 4 different tokens that we're holding, and we have an acquisition cost. This is total we paid for. The total portfolio value minus acquisition cost, that's going to show us the total ROI so far in terms of dollar amount and percentage. And last but not least, you can see we have all these different cryptocurrencies, 24-hour transaction. If I click on BTC, we had about 180,000 transactions in the past 24 hours on BTC alone. Here, just to show you the difference, Ethereum had 1.1 million transactions in the last 24 hours. Last but not least, we have a third tab. This is actually connected to a Google form. This will capture exact timestamp of when you purchase certain crypto and a ticker, how many tokens you purchase in that single transaction. Personally, the most important data you need to capture is the price you paid for at that specific moment, right? This is really handy in the future if you want to pay tax or if you get any audited and stuff. So this will actually save your life in terms of knowing exactly when you purchased what token. And we have a note section, mainly this could be where you stored it or where you bought it. Any kind of keyword that makes sense to you. Total paid is automatically calculated. Just give you an example. If I copy roll 5, paste it to roll 6, it'll automatically calculate the total paid amount. So you don't have to type this yourself. This is linked to a Google form. There's lots of benefits of having a Google form. Link it with a sheet, and I'm going to show you guys how you can deploy this on your mobile app. And from there, you can capture any sort of transaction as you go, right? So that was enough just to show you a little bit review of this entire sheet. sheet. And now what you're going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how I build it from scratch. So make sure you stick around. So now the first thing we want to do is load up your Google Sheet. If you don't have a Google account, make sure you have one. Google Sheet is completely free, same as Google Form. Let's rename this sheet Crypto Portfolio Tracker. And the first row we're going to reserve for something called a data refresh, right? So A1 is going to be refresh data, B1 is going to be data validation, and in here we want to toggle to checkbox. And once you're done with that, click on save. It'll automatically turn it to a checkbox for you. So this is easier for us to refresh the data, pull the most recent market data. So the second row here, we have a name ticker, exchange ticker, current price in USD, market cap, 24 hour, 7 day, 6 month, and so forth. So you can just stick to exactly what I have here. And in terms of a crypto list, and you can do as many as you want. And we have a list of 20 in here, in this case, just for this demonstration. And I want to just resize them a little bit like that. There's many different ways you can pull live data. You can use some equations such as import XML or import HTML to read certain data from certain website like CoinMarketCap. However, the trick that I found is actually working amazingly well. It's something called Cryptofinance.ai. This link is in the description. You can go ahead and find it. Basically, it's a little plugin we're going to install to connect and integrate with a Google Sheet, so we can use this equation or formula to pull the live market data. So installation is pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you guys step by step. Basically, you come to this site, click on get started, and it will lead you to this page. You can actually read through a lot. I learned a lot just by reading these documents. So if you scroll a little bit, basically what we want to do is we want to use a script editor. So let's come to script editor. You want to click on tools, script editor. It will automatically load up a new window called app script by Google. So in here you can rename this project, let's say crypto tracker. Then now if you scroll down a little bit, here is a content you need to copy. Click on this blue font here. This is the code we're going to copy, okay? Command A, I'm going to copy entire script here, come to my script editor. I want to replace everything here and click Command V to paste the entire script on my app script. And now just click on save. After saving it, you want to click on run. It'll tell you that authorization is required. Simply, this is first time you using this script on your Google Sheets, so you want to review permission. Pick your Gmail and you want to click on allow. Just in case, sometimes if you see it doesn't allow or warning sign, click on advanced and you want to proceed, and then you should be able to see this allow window. Basically just click on allow and that's all you need to do. This is just giving the permission for the script to run on our Google Sheet. So you can see here we execute it and we complete it. And now if I come to my Google Sheet, you're going to see I have this menu option here called a Cryptofinance. And now I can basically click on equal to Cryptofinance. I can start to use this formula to pull the live market data. However, I do want to mention that if you don't have an account with them, you're kind of getting restricted with how much live data you can pull. So personally, what I recommend you guys to do is actually to have an account with a Cryptofinance. Their website is right here. The link is in the description. Come to this site, top right corner. You want to sign up, create an account. Basically, you enter your email and your username and give it a password, and you can create an account. You do need to verify your email. So basically, log into your Gmail, click on the verify email. So you should be able to go right away. So now you have an account with Cryptowatch. You come to your top right corner, this account, and you want to come to API access. In here, we want to generate a new key. So just give it a name, call it crypto tracker, and click on generate key. It will display to you the public key and the secret key. What you want to do is you want to copy paste your public key, come back to your sheet. Obviously, you can click on this menu option and enter Cryptowatch public API key, and just to paste public API here, click on OK. And it will show you have successfully saved and unlocked it. So now we can freely pull a lot of market data instead of getting restricted with how much you can pull, right? So let's now finish up this sheet quickly. So in terms of ticker, we have all the ticker here. You can go to websites such as CoinMarketCap to check the tickers, make sure it's correct, because this one has to be correct in order to pull the live data. Exchange ticker, I have something called /USD. This will be really handy. Just in a moment, you'll see why I do exchange ticker, because a lot of things we can just drag and drop instead of manually type it. Just make sure your exchange ticker is exactly what I have here. And now in terms of current price, how we are able to pull the current BTC price, the Bitcoin price, is click on equal to Cryptofinance. You can do 2 quotation mark. Inside of the quotation mark, we can do BTC/USD, do close bracket, and if I click enter, that will show me the dollar amount of what is the current price of BTC Bitcoin, right? Column D is going to be dollar format, so click on that. So that's showing me it's 34,500. Just to come to CoinMarketCap, you can see it's 34,500. It's pretty accurate. And now a quick shortcut is I don't want to manually type BTC USD, Ethereum USD. A quick trick you can do is instead of typing quotation mark BTC USD, we just simply refer to the cell value of C3, which is exactly what we entered earlier. Click on enter. That's going to show me exact amount, but the benefit of it is right now I can drag and drop all the way across, and it will load up all these exact token price because they're reading the sell value of the previous column, which is exchange ticker, so you don't have to manually type it. So hopefully this is a quick shortcut for you. I recommend you guys to come to their Cryptowatch docs. You can actually read a lot here to learn what kind of data you want to pull. In terms of pulling the market cap data is equal to Cryptofinance, and the token we're going to refer to is BTC USD, comma, and the attribute is you want to do 2 quotation mark. Inside of the quotation mark, you want to do market cap, and now you want to close bracket. This will automatically populate the current market cap of BTC. Again, this entire column is going to be dollar format. So we have a 646 billion for BTC because I refer to C3. So now if I can drag and drop all the way across, and this will automatically pull all the live market data of these specific tokens, right? So now one more thing I want to introduce earlier than later now is because right now you see this refresh rate data here. If I toggle this box, nothing happens. That's because we didn't tell these equation or formula to listen to B1 when it's on and off. They refresh here. So the way we do it is very simple. You can see here, right? It's asking for market, attribute, option, and refresh cell. So what we want to do is C3, do a comma. We don't have attributes, so let's just do 2 quotation mark, comma. We don't have an option as well, 2 quotation, comma. And now we want to refer to B1. However, one key element here is you want to click on F4 on your keyboard. You want to lock into the cell. So the way you locked in is having this $sign in front of it. That's because you will see just in a moment if I drag and drop again here, and the B1 is locked. It won't switch like C5 does, right? C5, this one says C6, C7, so it will lock into this exact cell. And now look at what happens if I do an on and off on this toggle. It will automatically reload all the data here, same as market cap. And right now, because we have an attribute, that's why the next one is option. We don't need option, so 2 quotation mark, comma. And now again, we want to lock into B1 and click on F4 on your keyboard just to lock it. And now if I click on enter, and if I drag and drop all the way down, so this way all the B1 is loaded on these equations, right? And now again, if I do an on and off, this will automatically refresh and reset all the current price and the market cap. How you pull the 24-hour percentage data is to do Cryptofinance. Again, we're referring to C3 again, is BTC USD. If you want to type it, you want to do quotation mark BTC/USD. So that will pull the same data. Again, we're not going to do manually, so this way we're just referring to the value of C3 C3, which is BTC/USD, right? So again, the attribute is going to be quotation mark change, and the option is going to be 24-hour because we're pulling the 24-hour data. And then refresh cell, we lock into B1 with a $sign, click on enter, and then come all the way across to the bottom. And now this will show you 0.06, right? Select the entire column. You want to click on format as a percentage. So this will show you the exact percentage fluctuation in the 24-hour window. Now, in terms of 7-day, it's straightforward. C3 again, attribute is quotation mark change, and then the option is 1W, stands for 1 week. Locked into the cell to refresh data, click on enter, and let's just drag and drop all the way down. And now G entire column is going to be percentage formatted, just like this. And now let's quickly do the 6-month change. It's going to be Cryptofinance C3 change 6 month, and refresh cell B1 locked in, click on enter. It's pretty straightforward. Once you know how to do one, the remaining ones are pretty straightforward. And now again, the entire H column is going to be percentage format, and that is percentage. You can see here BNB token had 670% in the past 6 months. So now the next one is going to be curve inside of a cell. I'm gonna do a simpler version for you guys so you know what's going on here. Right now what I basically did is it's listening to column G. If G3 is below 0, it's going to show me a red line. If it's above or equal to 0, it's going to show me a green line, because that makes sense, right? If it's a positive 7-day percentage, show me a green, otherwise show me a red. So just wanted to show you the simpler version to do it. If you don't want to do the color coding, it's basically equal to spark line, and then you want to open bracket and Cryptofinance, and C3 is the cell we're referring to. In here, let's do C4 because this line is for Ethereum. C4, and you want to do a comma. Quotation mark spark line is what you want to enter, and if I click on enter now, that's going to show me this line. You can see here it's going to show you a generic black line right now. It's not actually doing any color difference. Again, if you want to do the color difference, what I recommend you to actually copy paste what I have here. I'm using an ifs formula. If G3 is below 0, and then that's show me this entire line. You can see the color coding code is right here. This is showing me a red color code, and then comma, if it's a greater than or equal to 0, then show me a green line here. This is a green line color code, right? Just do exactly what I have here. Click on enter. That should be able to change the color, and you just cross all the way down, and that's going to load up the entire 7-day price curve, so you can easily visually to see what's going on with the price. And then in terms of 7-day volume, what we do again is spark line and Cryptofinance C3. Instead of spark line, we have underscore volume because we're going to show chart type is column. So if I click on enter, that's going to show me these little bars to visually to see what is the past 7-day volume like, right? You can see here Cardano has had a really big volume spike, as well as Matic here. So visually you can read a lot of data just by doing so. Now from the current holding till the 24 holding change, this will be pulled from a different tab. I'll show you guys just in a bit. And let's clean up this shit a little bit. From Q to Z, we don't need them, so let's remove this entire columns. And now I want to rename this tab. Let's do rename crypto data. So that's it for that. And now I want to show you how I build a transaction capture Google form. You will see the benefit of having a Google form. It's a really simple way to capture your transactions, right? By the way, I use a similar strategy on my personal and business finance tracking. It's ridiculously simple and really accurate. I've been using it for 2 years. I'll leave the link in the corner somewhere or in the description. It's a video and you can go watch it, and the template is completely free. A lot of people benefited from it, so I want to share that with you. It's completely free. Hope you pull some value from there. And now in terms of Google form, you don't have to do Google form. You will see why I do Google form. But if you don't do Google Google form, basically just do exactly what I have here. Do stamps, ticker, amount purchased, token price, note, and paid. Paid here, I have a little formula here. I'll show you guys in a bit. This will automatically populate. For example, if I bought 1 BTC at 30,000, and it will automatically calculate this total paid amount. If I bought 2 Bitcoin, it will show me 60. So this is automatically calculated, so pretty handy that way. Now quickly come to your Google form, and we want to rename this form Crypto Purchase Tracker or Crypto Transaction Tracker, whatever name is comfortable with you. First question is going to be ticker, and then instead of short answer, we're going to go with the drop down. In here, depends on how many cryptocurrency you're buying frequently, and you can do as many as you want. In my case, I did a list of 12 cryptocurrencies. We want to toggle to required because this field is required, and that's it. Let's click on the plus sign, add one more question. This is going to be amount purchased. Again, this is not the dollar amount, this is the token amount that you purchase. For example, 1 BTC, 2 Ethereum, and so forth. This is going to be short answered. Again, it's required. And if you click on 3 dots, we want to do something called response validation. We don't want any sort of input. We want to narrow down to number that's greater than 0, right? Makes sense. You want to have more than 1. If you're putting 0 or below 0, it doesn't make sense. It has to be a number that's above 0. Just in case, the error message is going to be please enter an amount that's greater than 0. That's it for this one. Click on plus. Let's add in one more question, and in here it's going to be token price at purchase. From a tax standpoint, if you want to transparently track everything, it's really handy to have how much you paid for that token at exact what price. If you want to be more transparent down the road in terms of tax standpoint, again, we have regulations coming up. It's really important to track what price did you pay when you had that transaction, right? A lot of people would actually miss out on this key element here. This is going to be short answer, and it's going to be required, and we're going to do a quick validation here. The number has to be greater than 0. Otherwise, we just copy paste this error message and then paste it here. It's going to be please enter an amount greater than 0, and that's it. And last but not least, this is optional. You can do something called a note. This is just a quick note that makes sense to you, a key phrase or keyword that you're typing that's going to remind you where you bought it from. This could be Coinbase, could be Binance, right? Or where you're storing this, could be your Ledger wallet or MetaMask. Just do a quick note that makes sense to you. We don't have to do required on this specific one. It is going to be either short answer or paragraph, so you can do either or. And now that's it. And you can see it took us less than a few minutes to build out this Google form. You can change the color to any other color that you prefer. I'm gonna do blue, and now you can actually add a header image if you want to. When you're done with this, you can do a quick preview, and this is how it looks like, right? We have the ticker, and this is the ticker we enter. We have the amount purchased, token price, and note. And let's close it out. The key element you want to do here is we want to link the sheet with the form. The way you do it is click on responses. You're going to see this icon. This is Google Sheet icon. Click on it. You don't want to link it to a new sheet that's going to create itself. You want to link it to an existing sheet. And if I click on select, all you need to do is to locate the crypto portfolio tracker, click on select, and then it will automatically open up this crypto tracker we created. Not only that, it will automatically create a new tab below. So we can rename this freely. Let's do this transaction capture. And from column G to K, we don't really need them, so let's remove that. But we do want to utilize column F. And what I have here is something called a total paid. You actually want to have a 1 row minimum of transactions in order to make this trick work. So let's quickly come to crypto purchase tracker, click on preview, and let's quickly click on BTC. Let's say we bought 0.3 BTC, and token price, today's price, BTC right now is at 34,618. So let's quickly type here 34,618. And now note, let's say Binance or Coinbase, click on submit. come back to your Google Sheet, you're going to see this row appear itself, right? Now we want to tell this Google Sheet moving on forward, automatically calculate total paid. Total paid is very simple. It's simply amount purchased times token price. That is how much you paid for, right? The formula used here is called array formula. Again, I'm not going to explain exactly how it works. Just simply copy what I have here. If it's blank, right? If there's no transactions, leave it empty. You can see I have a 2 quotation mark, no value in between. That's going to show me empty. However, if there is any value on this row, what we want to do is C column times D column, and that's going to display, if I click on enter, that's going to display amount purchased times the token price is going to be how much you paid for. Now, just to test it out again, if I come to submit another response, let's do Ethereum. Let's say we bought 1 Ethereum. The price is at 1976. So let's type in 1976 and note, let's say Coinbase. Click on submit, come back to your sheet. You're going to see it will automatically calculate how much you paid for 1 Ethereum at this exact time. Now let me show you the true benefit of having Google Form instead of just a dry sheet. Is because when you're done with the Google Form, you can click on send, and you can click on the second option here. You can shorten this link. This will populate a link. This is dedicated for you. This is a Google Form link. You can email it to yourself so you can open this form on your mobile device, just like what I did here. If I click on the bottom option, I can save this to my home screen, and I can rename this, let's say Crypto Tracker. Click on add, and it will show up on your desktop as this little app icon says Crypto Tracker, right? Every time when I'm outside somewhere, if I want to capture a specific transaction, I can simply come to my phone and open up this Google Form, and now I can actually do everything on my mobile device. You don't have to log into your laptop or your desktop. You can actually capture these transactions on your mobile device, right? Again, whatever you did input here is exactly just like how you did here. It works exactly the same, and the data will be populated to this Google Sheet here. So really convenient way to actually build it with a Google Form instead of just a dry sheet here. So that's it. And now let's come back to crypto data, and let's quickly finish up these couple columns here. So in terms of the current holding is equal to, I want to sum ifs. This is going to be the formula that we use to calculate what token we have on what amount. So click on that, and then the range of what we're gonna analyze is going to be, click on transaction capture. The range we're looking at is ticker range here, BTC. And if I do a comma, come to crypto data, and we want to calculate the ticker, so it's going to be B3 is BTC, right? Click on comma again, and some range is going to be transaction capture and amount purchased, because we're tracking the token amount. Close bracket, click on enter, because we bought 0.3 BTC, and that's going to sum is total, right? It will automatically do a sum on the total token amount. To show you an example, if I duplicate this row twice, I have a 0.9 BTC, right? If I come to my crypto data, it's showing me 0.9. So it's working beautifully. And now if I drag it all the way down, and this is going to calculate other token as well, right? You can see I have 1 Ethereum. Right now, if let's duplicate the second row, the Ethereum row, twice, so we have a 3 Ethereum now. If I come to crypto data, I have a 3 Ethereum. So it's working really good. So the current value is actually the token amount, right? Times and the current price. That's going to be my current holding value. So this is the current value of my holding position, depends on how many token that I'm holding. 3 times 1976 is 5930. One thing, if it doesn't bother you, you can leave it as is, but there's a way we can hide all this zero. So the quick way we do it is to do an if formula. So it's actually reading the K3. If this current holding is a 0, then don't show me anything. So 2 quotation mark, there's no value in between. between, so it will show me empty. Other than that, if it doesn't show 0, if it shows the balance, then go ahead and calculate K3 times D3, which is current price times current holdings. So if I do an enter, it will still show me the exact number, but right now if I drag and drop, look at what happens. So all the zeros are gone, just to hide all the zero. Now the acquisition cost is pretty simple. Click on equal to sum ifs. The range to look at is transaction capture, the ticker column here, right? Click on comma, and now we want to come back to crypto data. Let's select B3. This is the ticker we're looking at. Click on comma one more time. The sum range right now, as you can see, it's acquisition cost, right? The sum range is going to be total paid, because this is how much it cost us to acquire that specific token at that price, right? If I close bracket, click on entered, we paid 31,000 for 0.9 BTC. That's basically how it works. Again, if I do cross all the way down, the zero will still appear. By the way, this column is going to be dollar formula. I want to be able to hide all these zeros, so the way we do it, I just showed you guys, is to actually do a if K3 equal to 0, then show me nothing. Other than that, do a sum if. So if you don't know how to do it, just do exactly what I have here and do an enter. It will show you the same number. However, when you drag out now, it will hide all the zero. So pretty straightforward. In terms of ROI wise, is the current value minus acquisition cost is going to be our dollar ROI. Click on entered. Again, I still have all the zeros. So the way we hide it is to insert an if equation here. K3 equals to 0, show me nothing. Other than that, go ahead and do L3 minus M3, which is ROI in dollar amount, and do a drag and drop here down, so zeros are all gone, right? So just want to show you how the refresh data works. Right now, see, it says 0.73. If I do a quick refresh, turn it on and off on a refresh data B1, and now just give it a few seconds to load all this data once. So once that one is loaded, you can see here we have a negative $23. That means when we acquired the BTC versus now, the BTC price actually dropped a little bit. That had a negative 23. Let's quickly finish off the last two columns. In terms of the ROI percentage, how it works is L3, which is current value, minus acquisition cost and divided by acquisition cost. That's going to show me this 0.0007. This entire column is going to be formatted as percentage. So we had a negative 0.07 impact in terms of ROI. The way we hide all the zero is to do an if K3 equals to 0, show nothing. Otherwise, go ahead and proceed with the formula. And if I click on entered, that's still going to show me this. And if I drag and drop, all the zeros are gone, only going to show me the ROI that I have a token on, right? And now last but not least, 24-hour holding change is actually going to be L3 times F3. So L3 is current value times the last 24-hour change. That's going to populate to us a dollar amount that it had a fluctuation on. Again, now to hide all the zeros, what we do is to insert if K3 equals to 0 to a quotation mark. Otherwise, go ahead and do L3 times F3. Click on enter and drag all the way down. All the zeros are gone, right? So now let me remove the row 23 all the way down to 1000 because we don't need these rows. Let's delete these rows. Only leave the ones we have here. Again, your tracker can be way shorter than what I have here. This is just for demonstration purpose. If you just have a 5-6 different tokens, then you can build as you go. Again, the way you build it is literally drag, insert a new one, and drag and drop, right? Let's do a quick XRP here. 0.65 is what we have on XRP. Let's say today we purchased XRP. We bought 1000 XRP at 0.65. And now where we bought it is on Binance. And click on submit. And now come back to my sheet, you're going to see this row appeared, right? We have 1000 XRP Current value is at 648. It cost us 650 because 0.65 is what I entered. And now the ROI is negative $1. You can see here XRP rolled beautifully showed up here. Let's do a few ones, right? Just for demonstration purpose, let's submit another request. Let's say we bought some ADA Cardano here, 1.33, and let's say we bought 999, and the node is Coinbase, and click on submit and come to my sheet. I have this transaction. If I come to crypto data, I have this crypto data row, shows me 999 of Cardano, and again, current value, acquisition cost, and you can always do a quick refresh on and off on this checkbox, and it will load up to you the most accurate data. So now this will refresh the entire data, and you can see here the price will reflect accordingly, right? That's pretty much it. And what you want to do from there is obviously you can do some decoration. You can decorate the background a little bit, make it dark. This is totally personal choice. And you can see from F to H here, if I do a right click, you can actually set up a condition format. So you can tell it that if these three columns, right, if it's less than 0, then show me red font, right? If it's greater than 0, then show me a green. So this way I can easily visually to see what is the price going on in the last 24, 7, and 6 months in terms of the color coding here. Same rules apply here. I have a column N to P. If it shows me if it's greater than or equal to 0, then show me green. Otherwise, if it's below 0, then show me red. That means that specific token had a negative performance. And now what I have in terms of dashboard, again, I'm not going to go into depth about this dashboard because this dashboard is just a tiny little touch. You can actually grab it from the template as you want. I do want to show you the formula behind these sales. So in terms of total portfolio value, is doing a sum of the L column on the crypto data. If you come to crypto data, the L is actually current value of individual tokens, right? If I total combine them, that's going to be my total portfolio value. And token type, in terms of how many different types of token that you hold, this is going to be a count unique. Count unique transaction capture B. Transaction capture B is actually looking at how many different types of tickers that you have, right? In our case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 type of tokens. However, I do add a little bit minus here because I do want to minus the header. We do have this header. If you don't do -1, that's going to include this ticker because we don't want to include ticker. That's a header. So just do a quick -1. That's going to show you how many different types of token that you're holding. Acquisition cost is how much you spend on it, is transaction capture, and a sum of the F column right here. This is going to be how much did you spend on all these tokens in total. And this is fancier trick if you want to do it or not. So at the bottom, I want to show you here the actual formula. You're able to pull the 24-hour transaction count is going to be equal to Cryptofinance, 2 columns. Inside of column is going to be coin matrix and BTC, and this is the exact ticker you want to enter, and do a comma. If you do TX_count, this is going to go ahead and pull the live market data on how many BTC transactions we had in the 24-hour window. That's going to show me how many BTC transactions that we had, right? Same rule applied. If I changed BTC to ETH, that's going to show me the transaction count in the last 24 hours in the entire market. So that's about 1.15 million transactions. So that's pretty straightforward. That's how you're able to do this data. ROI percentage is going to be the portfolio value minus acquisition, and divided by acquisition is the percentage of ROI. And then in terms of dollar amount is the easiest, is going to be current value of the portfolio minus acquisition cost, and that's it. In terms of this pie chart, you can see here I have an edit chart. So the chart data it's reading here is reading two columns here. It's a number one crypto data. It's reading the entire B columns to look at the different type of tickers, and it's reading the column L. L is our current value. So basically with these two different data range, we're able to populate this pie chart. You can make it as pretty as you want. With this pie chart is going to populate to us what is the percentage that we're holding on that specific token, and you can hover on it to see the exact amount you're holding. Same as here, Litecoin will have a 3.6%, 2%, and so forth. So this is how you're able to do the dashboard. Again, the dashboard is just some fancier touch. You don't have to have a dashboard, but in my case, I just wanted to make some more value for you guys. Maybe you can pull some trick and tips here and there. That's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed delivering to you guys. If you pulled some value in here from this video, drop some comments below and give it a like and subscribe to the channel so the YouTube algorithm can push it out to more and more people to deploy this type of trackers on their Google Sheet. If you have any questions, drop them below. I will do my very best to answer them. This is Tario Sultan. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.